election night, Karen Bass declared to a crowd of her supporters that she would win the LA mayoral race. And 1 week later, Bass did just that, becoming the first female and second black Los Angeles mayor.
It's great.
Cameron may not be old enough to vote, but recognizes the historic moment with her family.
I think it's great. I'm a black woman, so happy to be represented. She had our support, and
do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today?
Can you back up, boss? Appreciate it.
Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster? No apology for them? Do you think you should have been visiting Ghana while this was unfolding back home?
That's a damn shame. A damn shame. But this is what these people in Los Angeles voted for. This is what they celebrated. Oh, we got the first black female mayor, whatever the hell she was. This is what they wanted. Because the people there, they don't look into who these politicians are. They don't realize that Karen Bass is a known communist. She literally did a eulogy for some Cuban communist several years ago, but it's all been buried in their history. It's also a reason why Joe Biden, she was looked at to be the VP before Kamala, but they couldn't pick her because of her communist history. But that's a different video. Let's talk about the biggest story of the week, the LA fires, the massive wildfire that has done enormous damage down there in Southern California. Karen Bass, she's over there in Ghana doing whatever. I really don't care. I didn't even care to look it up in detail. Over there in Africa, celebrating with those people. Meanwhile, she had warning, she had ample time to get her shit together, to get back to Los Angeles, to be there for her people. But here's the thing, she's incompetent. She's not that good of a mayor. In fact, she's trash at her job. She doesn't know anything. She's a typical Democrat robot. You know how they say vote blue no matter who, because these people all go by the DNC. They go by scripts. They're not allowed to make decisions for their own city. You just put a woman of color, or should I say a colored woman, same thing. But you just put one of those people in these positions and they just go by a script. They go by what the DNC, what their handlers who are from the DNC have them do. So that's why when she was at the airport, she didn't have her handlers with her. She didn't have her script with her. She was dead silent. She could have, at minimum, given a generic response saying, we're praying for the people. We're going to do our best. The firefighters are on it. Tapping into all the resources I can. She could have said something generic. But the fact that she said nothing shows her incompetence. It shows that she's nothing more than a DNC puppet, a deep state puppet. But let's look at this clip here. So she gets back to LA and she's surrounded by her handlers now. Now she wants to be big and bad, tough Karen, acting like she knows what the fuck she's talking about when she doesn't. She knows nothing. She's over here reading a script, and we're gonna look at this clip and see how she reads the script, get to the end of this piece to show how incompetent she is. She exposed herself, but she's so incompetent she didn't even realize it.
This firestorm is the big one in magnitude. To those who fled their homes, especially those who have lost your homes, our hearts are breaking for you, and we stand with you. I know the world is looking at images of our city's devastation. I have seen the front lines of the Palisades fire, and it is staggering. But make no mistake, Los Angeles will rebuild stronger than ever. Right now, if you need help, emergency information, resources, and shelter is available. All of this can be found at URL. Los Angeles, together is how we will get through this.
The resources can be found at URL? What? So clearly this is some pre-written script that they have in a binder on a PDF file on a computer somewhere, and they just printed it out and gave it to her. They were so lazy. These people don't give a damn. No sympathy at all. They're so lazy and incompetent that they didn't even update the damn website. URL, really? For real, Karen? So people out here need real help. We have dead people. People are devastated. You can't even give them a real website because you don't know. And you could tell that she was just robotically reading the script because she didn't even catch it. She just kept going. She's like, look, give me a piece of paper. What do I need to read to these people? I'm over here on vacation on the taxpayer's dime. I don't know why the fuck LA tax money is sponsoring the mayor traveling to Africa. What the fuck does that have to do with the business of Los Angeles? But look, I'm on vacation. These people interrupted me. I got to go back because there's a wildfire. As long as it doesn't affect my house and my money, I don't give a shit. So look, just give me something to read. Okay, blah, blah, blah. We care about y'all. There's a big fire. Oh, okay, the firefighters are on. Yeah, I mean, if you need help, go to URL. She doesn't give a damn. But again, they were celebrating this. Oh, we got a black woman. We shut down a white man. We got a black woman in office. This is what these people voted for. I hope they're learning a hard lesson right now. You need to vote for people who actually know what the hell they're doing. People who have skills, not DNC puppets, communists like Karen Bass. Now, she did another press conference because she's been getting raked through the coals over cutting the firefighters' budget. She's been hammering the fire department. By the way, they're also celebrating that the fire chief is a lesbian. We got the first lesbian fire chief, really? But Bass them, the DNC and Karen Bass cut the LA Fire Department budget by over $17 million reportedly. And they're also doing the C-19 thing. They were trying to force the firefighters to get the jab. And they laid off, I think, over 100 of them. Or was it a few hundred? But they laid off a bunch of firefighters because they didn't want to get a job. Now they're crying. They're over here bitching and crying, saying, San Francisco, Vegas, Phoenix, could you please send your firefighters? We don't care if they're jabbed or not because we laid off our firefighters. Then we cut the budget to the fire department, making it even harder for them to hire new firefighters and limiting their resources. Therefore, could you send us your firefighters? This is how incompetent these people are. Complete trash. But let's take a look at her. She's over here with an attitude now because she's being called out on it.
But can you address the criticism now over the budget issue and the slashing, $17 million slashing?
You know, I think if you go back and look at the reductions that were made, there were no reductions that were made that would have impacted the situation that we were dealing with over the last couple of days. And then there was a little bit of confusion because money was allocated to be distributed later on, which was actually going to support salaries and other parts of the fire department that were distributed a little later. So I think it's most important to understand that we were in tough budgetary times. Everybody knew that, but that the impact of our budget really did not impact what we've been going through over the last few days. Again, back to the unprecedented windstorm, wind at such ferocity that we haven't seen in years.
So another crazy part about this is a lot of the fire hydrants were empty. The reservoirs that are connected to the fire hydrants, the water is being kept away. It's being poured out to the Pacific Ocean for environmental reasons for some freaking fish. But I'll get to that in another video when I talk about Trump and Gavin Newsom. But the fire hydrants, a lot of fire hydrants are empty during a massive wildfire. You have a massive shortage of resources and manpower in the fire department. But you got your lesbian leader. The fire chief is a lesbian woman. History being made. We have a lesbian woman in charge of the fire department in LA. And we have a black woman communist as the mayor. And this is what you get. This is the result of what you get. Complete trash leadership. And she shows that she doesn't give a damn. Currently, over 10,000 structures, buildings, office buildings, businesses, homes, over 10,000 have been burned to a crisp. We are looking at $150 billion in damages. I think as of today, 10 people are already dead. Hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced, evacuated from their homes. But you made history. You got this black communist over here. This is absolute garbage leadership, and LA needs to do better. This is what happens when you are a city that is 80% hardline Democrat. So let me know what you guys think about this. Leave me your thoughts about Karen Bass, her communist history, her leadership in this issue, how much you give a damn about her being a black woman, about the fire chief being a lesbian. Let me know what you think about this whole thing. Like, share, and subscribe if you want more honest conservative commentary. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.